Hello. I'm saying hello. Oh! Thank God, I thought it was deaf for a wee minute. Shout out to the deaf people, no offence. So, I've never done this before. It's my first time. I hope you enjoy. I don't even know which one to start off with here. I think I'll maybe actually start off with the one I wrote just a few nights ago. This one's called Spelling. Because every word is a spell that we cast. They say it's words, but words are spells. They bind in ways that none can tell. A whisper sharp, a curse, a yell, can turn a heaven straight to hell. Each letter's fire, each phrase a charm. It heals, it breaks, it shields frae harm. A smiling speech, a warm disarm, or bitter sting like poisoned arm. The tongue's nae simple flesh or bone, it conjures words we call our own. It plants in hearts a seed that's sown, and echoes long when we're alone. So say something nasty, see them fall. Their soul grows smaller, backs to wall. But call them radiant, strong and tall, and light bursts through them after all. So mind yourself, for here's the trick. The first to hear use you, and quick. So start nae with a thought that's sick. I don't think tells your mind don't think. I've changed the way. I start with I think you're wrong, but here is why. I think there's more than meets the eye. I think a brighter path is nigh. So ken the weight in what you said. It shapes the living, stirs the dead. Each word's a spell frae out your head, and carves the life you walk instead. Now the bloody internet's slow and it's not loading up my page to see the rest of them. What am I going to do about this? I'm just going to ad lib. Freestyle. See, the thing is, I've got this thing, I don't know if it's like ADHD or whatever it is, but I come out with these things, right? And then they come out my head and I forget them. See, for years and years and years, I never wrote these things down, okay? I'll give you a wee bit of background while I'm waiting for this to load up. Okay, this is my first ever gig, as I said to you. The only reason I'm here just now is because basically my partner passed away in April of this year. She died of a heart attack. She was only 46, okay? Wow. Now, you can make your own conclusions as to what you think might have happened to her. Okay, we'll say no more on that one. So yeah, she was from Ukraine, and we had to get her body back over, and that's what we did. And she was always at me to write these things down. I used to just come away with wee stanzas and wee rhymes all the time. And that's what one of the poems is about. Listen guys, I'm going to have to cut this short just now, because I really, really need my lyrics. You got them there, some man. Yeah, beauty. Right, so... Right, who remembers the days of the rave scene? Yeah? Are you all part of the rave scene? Yeah? Who remembers the days of the football hooligans before that? Yeah. Right? See, I got a better response about football hooligans than I got about the rave scene. I don't know what that says about the vibe here today, but anyway, here's a wee one about that. Frae boots to beats and back again. A tale of fists, pills and unity lost. They came in packs, all scarves and spite. On Saturdays they'd hunt a fight. The firm, the crew, the bitter songs, where wrong was right and right was wrong. The terraces roared, the bottles flew, the headlines called them animals too. A nation's shame, a copper's dread, another town, another lad dead. Shifted late one year, when bass lines thumped through atmosphere. The pills got dropped, the fists stayed down, and rival lads shared nights in town. Now Celtic boys would hug a jar, good tunes and vibes on the dance flare, and clubs where strobes replaced the flares. There were nae threats, just love and shares. It puzzled those who ruled the game. This unity, they couldn't tame. 'Cause when the crowd begins to care, they can't put them anywhere. No flags, no fights, no Saturday fear, just beats that made the lines disappear. And those in charge, they couldn't cope with sweaty peace and lucid hope. But time moved on, the lights went dim, the clubs get shut, the scene grew thin. And now the chants sound cold again, the tribal hate, the sneered disdain. They're back in packs, with rage renewed, with blades and bricks and bitter feud. As if that dream can't be renewed, where drums got beatings, not some dude. Some do remember, and some still feel, that moment when the world turned real, when lads who once would scrap or scar, just danced and smiled at who they are. Thank you.
Excellent.
You like that?
Ah, it's really good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's solid. Really solid.
They're back though, the firms are back because the scene's gone. This is what happened, yeah? It's exactly what happened. Right. Here's a wee one.
Putin trained up young troops
Now,
by
we've all got our own
having,
things that
training camps
we
and
suffer
weapons for
from, let's
football
say.
hooligans.
And I've got a rare condition, right? A very rare condition. I call it Raymonditis, right? Because my name's Raymond and I've got Raymonditis. It's a very rare condition, nobody else has got it. They give you names to fit a chart, a code to file your weary heart. You've got a bit of this or that. Here's a leaflet, mind your heart. They say it's nerves or it's the brain, or maybe trauma, stress or strain. They label things you didn't ken and tell you, start to feel it then. They sticker folk like tins on shelves, as if we're puzzles built by elves. As if the soul can be defined by something scanned or underlined. But I've a thing they can't test, a deep unease behind the chest. It isn't listed, scoped or scanned, it's born with me, it bears my brand. I call it Raymonditis, mate, a terminal, slow-ticking fate. There is no cure, no pills, no scheme, just time that shuffles after dream. It doesn't show on blood or scans, but I can feel it in my hands. In every breath and things unsaid, it walks beside me to the bed. So label me with what you please, with acronyms to suit disease. But I am more than what you jot, my own condition, it can't be bought. It's rare, it's mine, it's set to grow, and it'll kill me, that I know. But till it does, I'll speak what's true. This label here was made brand new. Thank you. Right, we got time for one more than now. Yeah? Right, do you want to hear one about the internet?
We're Maz no in, go as long as you want.
Maz no in. I was going to say something there about that. Or do you want to hear something about cash being about freedom? Internet. Yeah. Internet, right. Right, okay, let's have a vote. Internet.
Yeah. Cash being free.
Cash is freedom.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said cash is free. Sorry, my mistake. You might start again.
I'll do the two of them. Okay, right. This one's called A Net, a Web, a Spell on Media and the Minds of Men. They say the pen set people free, that words would birth democracy. But who had pens and who had none? The ones in power held everyone. Then came the press that inked the page, the voice of saints, the voice of rage. The Bible broke its holy gate, and common folk began to state. Then radio hummed through fog and field, a voice that told us what to yield. No questions asked, no answers back, just headlines marching down the track. The television found its way into the home to shape the day. They collared it programming, and we barely blinked to ask them why. The net was born and spun with grace, a glowing web in cyberspace. But nets are cast to pull things in, and webs are traps with threads too thin. Each tool we got was once a war, the radio, the screen, the core of satellites and secret codes first kept behind the army's roads. But when control could profit make, they gave it to us for freedom's sake. And all the while, they watched us grow like sheep who think they run the show. Now podcasts rise and trust is gone, the mainstream's mask is coming on. The people know the veil is thin, the state is screen, both share a skin. Big Pharma's hand, the banker's grin, the war machine, the saintly spin. They're all the same, a single crew, and none of them are working for you. Yet still we write, and still we speak, and some we fight, though others sleep. So light your truth and ring that bell. A voice can break the strongest spell. Thank you very much. We have a really great response here. This is, hey, my wee ego's getting quite happy. Right, okay, I'll do this one and I'll get off ski, because I think spoken word can go on for a while. Okay, we need some music. This one's called Cash is Freedom. Saying no to the digital chains. They say it's safer, cleaner, fast, just tap and go, the days are past, when coins were clinked and notes were shared, but what we've lost, they never cared. With every scan, they track your spend, your taste in crisps, the pub you tend, and if your habits didn't please, you'll find your premium starts to freeze. The phone's the gateway, next to hand, a microchip to help them plan, and if you speak or dare resist, they'll switch you off, you won't exist. The truckers roared, the banks replied, accounts were locked, their rights denied. Say nay to power, do it bold, then watch your money turn to cold. The wains grow up, we name to teach, the worth of cash inside their reach. They tap and swipe with idle thumbs, nae sense of loss when silence comes. The tills sit dark, the lines grow long, frae folk scan their messages to a song. Self-service shouts a silent theft. There's jobs for humans, or there's none left. They laughed at tales of marks and beasts, but now they scan to buy their feasts. It's written code and plastic skin. The system's here, it's creeping in. So keep your coins, your notes, your will, the right to trade, the right to fill, a stranger's hand, a bairn's wee paw. Cash is freedom until it's law. Thank you. Thank you very much, guys. Cheers.
Solid.
I was looking at it as you were saying that.
Because usually when you get a blow, you think, oh fucking no.
Let's hear it for aevoice. Am I right in saying that was your first performance as well?
Yes.
That was fucking incredible, man. Beautiful. So next up we've got the Wordsmith.